can start whenever you want to.
Okay. So, okay. So, hi, Ines. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
And thank you very much for giving me
It's
this.
morning here.
Yes, yes,
and it's snowing.
And we are closing our day.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you very much, Ines, to give me this opportunity to interview and want to know more about your journey. How did you get into hypnotherapy?
Well, I got into hypnotherapy. I became a hypnotherapist in 2000. And then I took another course from Jerry Kine, Omni, which is regression to cause.
Okay.
And from there, I went to, and he said his famous saying is, don't just do the same thing over and over.
Okay.
Experiment 10% of the time. So I did at least 10% of the time, and I ended up with the Simpson Protocol, which wasn't called Simpson Protocol at the beginning.
Okay. So, like, what inspired you to develop this Simpson Protocol?
Well, it was very difficult. It was people would come in and they wouldn't want to tell me their stories.
Okay. Okay.
So I had to figure out how to do things without being told. So I did that. I did one thing at a time, and we just slowly progressed. I mean, it was very simple at the beginning. It was sort of a regression to cause done without words, So it started off that way, and then it went to some more questions, and it became holistic. It came holistic, which means it wasn't just about the body. It wasn't just about the mind. It wasn't just about the spirituality. It wasn't just anything. It was about everything.
Oh, wow.
So then it became a whole thing, and it took quite a few years. If you think about it, I was just doing it by myself. Now I have 16 trainers, and I have all this going on, but it has evolved a lot the last few years.
That's awesome. So how is this different from other methods of hypnosis?
Okay, we take people in hypnosis, and we take them very deep. We don't tell them where we're going to take them. We just ask them a contract. You see, we say, will you let your mind take you into hypnosis? Which means not the conscious mind, right? And then we say, would you go as deep as you can go? And they go as deep as they go. And will you go as high? So we take them to high and guidance, their guidance. So it could be guides, but it isn't, it says guidance. So it depends on the people, if they're maybe spiritual or not, they might have guidance, and they might not. So they might be using their cat, for all I know. Sometimes there are horses there or something strange like that. But and then we take them in there. Once they're in high, they're in a doorway. They're in a doorway to different states, divine, all kinds of different states. So we take that. The first session tends to be longer because we bring them up into that. And they ask all the questions so the conscious mind knows them. And that's what we do. So the next time, they only go with the triggers. Okay. So we give them triggers to go to the same states.
Amazing. So what all this Simpson protocol can be used for?
Everything.
Everything.
I mean, no, seriously. I mean everything. Okay. People say, well, what should I do for this? And I'll say, well, to just do SB. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the superconscious mind knows everything, and it knows you everywhere because it's you. So I don't have to do anything.
Okay. Okay.
I just have to ask questions. The only thing that gets in the way is if they interfere consciously,
Mhm.
but we have our ways.
Okay. Okay. So is this training possible to learn through online mode as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
we teach online. I have a trainer in India,
Oh, okay. Excellent.
and but I have, because our hours are so different, you know. But she hasn't started yet. She has been doing it for a lot of years, but she didn't. But now she might be going to start this year. So
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. And usually, if one has to become practitioner in this protocol, like, is it there are different levels? How is this SP structured?
no, now what we do is we teach it in 4 days.
Okay.
Well, 4 full days. So it depends on the internet if we do it in 7 days or 6 days, or on who's teaching it. They sort of have their. I mean, Steen in Germany will do it in 7 days or 8 days, and somebody else will do 4 days. But it's all the same information and it's the same time. So. What was I saying? We were gonna. Okay, what do you do then? And so they take that periodic with them. They take it in their language,
Mhm.
you
Oh,
know.
it's available in
And
different languages as well.
yes, Christine is German. Christoph does Dutch. Ludovic does French. So Europe is each little entire, and English. Well, English I used to do myself. But then I passed it on. I've got Honey Lunds down in the UK, and it goes on and on. And I'm sort of going semi-retired at the moment, so
Oh,
I'm doing self-hypnosis workshops
okay.
online, but I'm not doing the main training.
Wonderful. Okay, so
Okay, so
it's almost time for retirement now.
Uh, well, I'm 68 and I'll be going on, and I want to keep going, but it's time to sort of let go and let my trainers have the time. So when the course is done, we do the Simpson Protocol. In a certification, we sort of contain it. We certify the people. They come and do the work and they show us the videos. So we can catch any little things and we teach them how to do it. And so they can do it for everything. So that works out well. And they have to call it different things in different countries. And, it gets very complicated.
Amazing. So because so many innovations have happened of late in the hypnosis, not like old 60s or 70s. So
No.
it's nice to have different methods, and especially as you said, like where clients do not want to share and yet you are able to help them go deeper and resolve. Amazing.
Yeah, it's all, they go in very deep and very high, and they get connected to Superconscious, and they get connected to other sort of things. And then they answer with their fingers, yes or no, sometimes their voice, but mainly their fingers, because there's less interference, most people. So in the end, Superconscious will get the answers out, and it'll change the person. Now it depends individually how they react, their modality of feeling. You feel the feeling. Well, they don't feel it. They don't feel. So but the feeling, they'll get it in their numbers, or they'll get it in their, they get it somehow. So you say, when you are addressing the feeling, you say, you will get it in your modality. So it depends on what the person is, because people say see, well, that person won't see.
Yes.
So it gets done in the modality. We know that only 20% of the people are visual, really. So, but people who are visual can't understand other people who aren't,
Okay. Noted. And is this SP useful for de-addictions or such cases as well?
Yeah, I have a guy that works in Australia,
Okay.
and his name is Kenneth, and he works with everything.
Okay.
Now he does heroin addiction, any addiction, and he'll say to the person, well, he said to this one person, this is how he worked. He asked him the questions. He said, well, you've been doing this for 20 years and you've been trying to stop for 20 years. What makes you start again?
Okay.
So the guy figured out, he says, I get lots of physical pain. And he can't stand it, so he always reaches for the heroin.
Okay.
So he asked Superconscious if he could change that, and he said yes. and the guy quit exactly that day.
Oh,
He
same
had
day.
4 more. Yeah, he had a few more sessions. He had about 5 sessions in all to get everything regulated, and that was it.
Beautiful.
So I mean, it works for addiction. It works for everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Since you said everything, still I was curious about the addictions part. And next
Yeah,
one
I
is
know.
like about
Everybody
pain
says
part
everything
also.
isn't everything.
Yes, everything. So just wanted to check, like, how about pain, healing the pain?
Yeah, we do a lot of that because that's in everything. People come with pain and they find out how much they have it.
Mhm.
You need some kind of a little for their conscious mind, So, and then you find out and you take them wherever. You never have to take them. We do regression, but it isn't full regression. We don't sort it out and everything like that. We just get the feeling. That's the main part to change. Now it's negative, the feeling. We bring it to positive 10.
Okay.
So by that time, so that person has no longer got that feeling. So when they function in the world, it changes. Now, many times people don't, they'll forget they've changed, because that's normal. So you do a session or 2 sessions and 3 sessions maybe, and then they're go off on their world and they are functioning really well. So that is it. So pain, for sure. And I do that even on the self-hypnosis workshops.
Okay.
So it really does everything. Now, people, they give you many techniques, and they give you, but they only work for certain things. Well, this is a holistic program.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Of course. I'm sorry, though you have said in a single sentence that it works for everything, still I'm going little specific.
Yeah, go ahead and ask me, because
And
I know I'd like you to.
Yes. And see, certain people who have undergone surgeries and getting recovered from post-surgery pain and all that stuff. So
Yeah, we have
how
a pre and
useful is SP?
post-op. We have a
Mhm.
pre and post-op program.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
excellent.
it functions very well. So SP, they have it. They don't know it's different. they don't tell you anything. It's asking questions of the superconscious,
Okay.
and it changes within the person.
Beautiful. And is SP applicable to children as well?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. But, you know, certain amount of children, they
Mhm.
don't like to do SP. So we do it surrogate through their
Okay.
mother.
Oh,
Now we can do surrogate work with everyone. Um, but the first ideal person is the first person, the child or the whatever. But if you can't, you can do it through the mother. But if the mother is a part of the cause or part of the reason, she may not be an ideal candidate.
okay.
And superconscious will, you'll ask permission. Do I get to do this? Work on this person? No, but you'll get a no. So you'll have to find someone else to do that. But usually you can work on the children if they're wanting to. And if they don't, you can, or sometimes you can do both.
Wow. Nice. And so many questions.
Yeah.
And there's a form of ancestral healing as well. People who
Yes.
wants to go to very deep layers of past life
Yeah.
regression or ancestral
Yes.
healing. Does SP touches that aspects as well?
Yeah. That does it too. We have a separate function. A few of us, Jackie Bellog, who is my Canadian trainer, she teaches past life regression and through SP, so
Okay.
it's thorough, and it's really good.
So you also told that remote healing is also possible when with the children when someone is not able to work directly. So remote
Yeah,
healing is also possible.
yeah,
Wonderful. So
yeah.
this is awesome. Like applicable in every aspect of life,
Yes,
past
it is.
life, and that too where the person doesn't have to tell anything.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to tell anything. I usually ask them what kind of outcome they want. And as long as they know what the outcome is and they say it properly and everything, I say, okay, well, your subconscious mind and your superconscious mind know now what you want.
Beautiful.
You sure that's everything you want?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and then we go.
Now comes because as you said the um, requirement to tell the events or stories or visiting like regression to the cause is not it is done but in a different way.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be helpful for the people who have undergone who have gone through this lot of abuse trauma or undergone a
Mhm.
lot of physical health issues, all that stuff. They don't want to relive those
No,
memories again, and also they
no.
want to let go. So
Yeah. So superconscious will decide for each person.
okay, okay.
So you'll ask things like one of the questions is, are there experiences that cause or affect this? And it says yes. Do you want to do it anything for the conscious mind to know about it? And it says yes or no. So if they're, um, it takes care of the ones themselves. So the person, but most people, it's funny, they'll say yes,
Okay.
you know, but a few do say no. So, but it doesn't matter either way because superconscious is in charge. I don't do anything. And my practitioners don't do anything. They only know that you build up a huge trust for superconscious. And superconscious is what I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's everything, right? It's everything on the outside.
Oh,
And the subconscious is inside the mind. But if I were to explain it, it minimizes who
yes.
it is, what it does, and you might understand what I mean. People are. they want me to really explain and give a definition, and the definition doesn't work because
Yes.
superconscious is different from everybody's point of view.
True.
Yeah. So they get that then, and what do? And they go through the session. Now, every now and then I've run into someone in the Western cultures, not so much in the Eastern cultures, that are stuck in their head, and they interfere through the whole thing, and nothing happens. So I do a second session, and they start to give in. They start to let go, and then they go, oh, well, that's incredible. But if I do that with the first sessions and the two sessions, there's maybe 2 out of 100 or something,
May not resonate.
do that. Yeah, because you say, well, a Simpson protocol for everybody. It's everybody who's willing to go into hypnosis.
Okay.
That
That's
is
a
the
very simple
definition.
answer.
You're right. So if they go into hypnosis, they'll do very well at this. But there are the few people who don't want to go into hypnosis, or they say they want to, but they're very controlling at the time. And if you're so controlling, you hold it to the conscious and you stay there. So if they those 1 or 2 people, they have difficulty. So they have difficulty with any kind of hypnosis.
Yes. So
Yeah.
exceptions are always there.
Yes, they're still the same because a person has to go in hypnosis. Now, I always say you must be open to possibility.
I agree.
So they leave behind the labels of what they have. If they have cancer, if they have this, we take the labels off what they have.
Okay.
So what is told them, we ask them, give it a possibility to not be there.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean you don't go to the doctor. You don't, we want you to do that. But the doctors will tell you stuff that you may not want to believe. So, if they tell you you're only got 4 months to live, you don't have to accept that. That may be not true. You might have 6, and you might have 8, and you might have, be open to possibility.
Okay. That's a beautiful
You see?
point. And some people have a repetitive pattern of attracting abusive relationships, or certain patterns keep repeating in certain people. It could be failure in business, or frequent accidents, or frequent breakups, or frequent illness. So
Yeah.
there is definitely a pattern. So to
Yes.
break such repetitive patterns, would SP help them?
Yes, it would. I mean, that is their outcome was, they always tend to say, I don't want to do. But you see, that's not what you want. What we want is you want to be functional, or what you are. So tell us which one you want. Make it specific. So they will say, if they have a business one, right? I want to be able to make money. I want to be able to be abundant. I want to be comfortable. Whatever that is. And that's what you take them to. So it all depends. It doesn't matter what it is. It's very simple for me.
I know in the beginning of the interview itself, you said one simple statement, does it works on everything, yet I'm going different
No, and I like
aspects of
that because
life.
I can explain that. That's good,
Yes,
because really good, because everybody is the same.
yeah.
They cannot believe they can do everything. So you asked me.
Yes, and there are some people who are under the guidance or supervision of psychiatrists and taking medication, and
Mhm.
it could be several years of depression or whatsoever, PTSD
Yeah.
or this and that. So you
Mhm.
said here in SP, you don't go by labels. So you're
Yes.
removing labels. So
Mhm.
that was about physical issues. Again,
Yeah.
people who are under psychiatric medication also wants to try SP as a supportive therapy. Would that
Yeah. Well,
help
I
them
would.
to get rid of psychiatric drugs as
Oh, that is not a problem. Okay, I would get permission from, because the laws are different in every country,
well? Okay,
right? So I would get permission from the psychiatrist.
okay, okay.
I would remove the label if they were bipolar, or if they were this or that, or would just remove it. Let's tell me what you want. So if you don't want this symptom,
Mhm.
you don't want it. So go through and tell me what you want in your life.
Hmm.
So it's just the same. But being open to possibility is very important. So if they're very indoctrinated by the psychiatrist or the doctor or the whoever, whoever works with them. They put labels on. We have to have labels for human consciousness to work. So I'm not blaming them.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So we just take it off. We say, well, that's fine. And we will just work on it from here. So what is it that the person wants out of this psychiatric label? So you work them through all those things. And maybe it takes more than one session,
Yes.
it may take more than one session. It may take more, but ultimately, I think the person is very lucky because they get their mind opened and they're working from a higher frame of mind. Their higher mind is working with them, and the superconscious is working overall through the higher mind to work with them.
Beautiful. And again, another category here comes like you have told that like, you ask person like what do they want instead of what they don't want.
Yes.
There are some exceptional cases like spirit attachment or entity work and all that. They are not aware
No.
about their behaviors, and
Yeah.
they're not even aware about what they want because they don't even know what's happening with them.
No.
Yet the people around them have identified a typical sort of behavior, and it could lead to addiction, it could lead to anything else.
Yes.
In general, behavioral or emotional issues. For
Yeah.
such cases, how effective or how helpful is SP?
It's very helpful. I mean, because SB, the superconscious, knows everything. I don't. I ask many telepathic questions,
Okay.
so they don't even know. So if it's someone like you say, whose belief system wouldn't be very good on it, I'll
Yeah.
ask it telepathically. I'll say, is there entities involved?
Hmm.
Yes or no? Are they ideal for the person? No. Well, in that case, can you remove them? So we still remove the entities. We still work with it, depending on the person, if they are knowledgeable about entities and stuff like that. But in the Western cultures, we don't. Many of them don't. Well, my clients do, but many of the clients will not say. So I'll say it telepathically. Now that's not the only thing we work with. There are other souls present, right? So you have to differentiate between them. You have to get them balanced. You have to get the balance between them and have it static and to stay. And when they do, they stay. But if they don't, they go if it's not appropriate.
Okay, and in general, just to be a good hypnotherapist, you need to have good intuition or psychic abilities or this and that. So in SP does, like, different school of thoughts, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There are people who claim to have, clairvoyance or
Yes.
mediumship
And
and
they
all
do.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
In SP, is there the pressure for the practitioner to have the extra capabilities, or just relax
No.
and just trust the
No.
protocol? Okay.
No, there isn't. If you are exactly who you are.
Hmm.
And it
That's it.
doesn't matter. I don't have psychic ability.
Okay.
I have intuition. But if you have intuition that you should ask something, go ahead and ask it. The answer is yes or no,
Okay.
But if it says no, you leave it.
Okay.
And you listen to yourself to ask the question. But if it's not, maybe your intuition was a little bit off, ask a few more questions.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for your patience and answering all the questions. And now anyone who wants to know about this beautiful protocol, I'm sure they get enough knowledge to get started with, and they can contact whoever wants to be the practitioner and etc. I will
Yeah,
be providing.
we have a free ebook
Okay, okay,
they can get if they go to Simpson. Where's my thing? SimpsonProtocol.com.
okay.
And they can just say they listened to your show and they would like the free ebook.
Sure. I will provide the link to
Yeah.
download the ebook as well.
My Indian practitioner,
Mhm.
her name is Radhika Singh,
Okay, okay.
and it's easytobeyou@gmail.com. And you may have heard of her. She's an author in India. So
Okay. I haven't heard, so I'll just look out for details.
okay, so that is for you to find out. SP is very holistic. It cries out to everybody
Yes.
not to interfere with their conscious mind. And you see, you get a lot more.
Wonderful. Such a beautiful protocol, and thank you for gifting SP to the world. Thank you very much.
Very nice. I've been changing it a lot the last couple of years, and I think it's simplified in its way, but there's more to do for everybody.
Yes. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Okay.